Hello everybody, welcome back. We're playing some Gwen Nidalee today. I'm excited about this because Gwen has been one of my favorite champions to come out over the past year or so. After Katarina rotated out of standard, after that deck got nerfed even when it wasn't standard, I didn't feel like there were a ton of Gwen decks that I really loved to grind. And now, Gwen Nidalee coming along, I thought this would be a fascinating deck to try. I think Majin Pei uploaded a video of it a day or two ago. I didn't watch it, so I'm not sure if this is the same deck list or not, but you might have seen that running around. Otherwise, it just has a lot of my favorite new cards from the set, and I think it has a lot of interesting utility that you didn't have access to in the Noxus Shadow Isles versions of Gwen decks. So yeah, let's get into it. First off, we have the typical early game units like Boisterous Host, Phantom Butler, Redeemed Prodigy. Obviously, fantastic cards. And some early removal like Hate Spike. And we have Soul Harvest as well, which is also just really nice for killing some other champions early in the game without having to commit a vengeance, which is nice. Like something like a Vhagar we can actually deal with now. Otherwise, we have some new cards like All-Terrain Trooper, fantastic for giving things vulnerable, which helps us trade with our good units. For example, if a Gwen is on board, we can attack with, our Ghastly Band as the first Hallowed unit, and Gwen can get in as well if she can pull the little unit, right, instead of running into something like a 16/16 Nasus. Whatever the opponent has on board, that might be hard for us to attack into. This allows us to either get good trades with our cheap units and allow our big guys to push damage, or make sure our big guys can get in there to get their level up conditions going. Otherwise, 2 copies of Strike of the Band I think is also interesting, and 3 copies of Vengeance, kind of like the old cards. The new cards at the top end, we have 3 copies of Nidalee, obviously, 2 copies of Big Game Tycoon. I was so confused at first because I thought this was Manifest a card with Ambush, and then only double that card's power and health. But obviously, when any Shalai transforms, is actually really big. It can help make your Nidalee virtually unkillable on board. Obviously, one Quicksand is something that Shurima has access to that Noxus didn't, and I think this is really nice, especially in the current meta with so many units like Nidalee, and Nico has Elusive. In this deck even, Gwen has Quick Attack, Nidalee has Quick Attack. So one Quicksand I think is very nice. Probably my favorite card of the set that I'm like so excited to, like besides the champions, to see the possibilities of deck building is Avenging Vestaya. I think attaching a counterspell to a unit like this is so fascinating. I think it's really good, and it's essentially like, if you guys are familiar with the Foretell mechanic from Magic, there's a card called Saw It Coming that functions similarly. But essentially, you pay 2 mana to summon it as the brush, and then 3 mana to transform it. So you're ending up to pay 5 mana over the course of however many turns, though, rather than just 4 straight up mana from Rite Negation. And so, right, threatening the ability to keep 3 mana banked and have a Rite Negation available is really interesting. I'm excited to give this one a try. Towering Pyrophant is just a nice overall unit to help finish off the game. Things like Redeemed Prodigy and Opulent Foyer provide a lot of tempo. I think it'll be an interesting deck. I don't know how great it is, but this specific version had a 57% win rate, really solid. And then afterwards, probably about an hour or so of games on this, I will run some Viego Nidalee, a interesting control deck. I think that sounds interesting. But yeah, I'm excited to get in some games here, see how it goes. I saw Poro decks are incredibly popular. Evelyn Poro is pretty cool. I also wanted to play Gwen because I really like the Gwen Soul Fighter skin. Like, this hand's pretty mediocre. I'll probably keep only Soul Harvest since it kills Evelyn, hopefully. Boisterous Host, Boisterous Host. I don't know if I love that. Quicksand, that's also very nice in this matchup. I don't know if we're going to be able to outrace them. Like, this is troublesome, right? I think I might trade with it here, because we get to get our Hallowed stack, so if they don't have an answer to Boisterous Host next turn, we get to push some extra damage. They're running 2 World Wandering Champs. What's it called? I don't remember what these are called. World Wanderer? I'm just going to call them Runeterra champs. 2 Runeterra champs. which means they aren't going to have a ton of spells. So ping spells aren't going to kill our units, probably. But we don't have a ton of we don't have Vile Feast or anything either to pick off early units. So I kind of want to get some board superiority going if we can. The little 1/1s can grow really, really big in the late game when our Boisterous Hosts can't get any bigger. Obviously, other than when they're attacking. But eventually, once they get Poro Snacks, Husks, Siren Song, it'll be hard for us to trade. I kind of want to keep their board clear. Now if they play an Evelyn, we can go Soul Harvest and they don't have a Husk on board. Or Opulent Foyer.
You are nothing. Worthless. Don't waste.
I do kind of want to kill this, huh? Next turn we'll go into it with 4, 5, 6 mana up. I'm not convinced this does anything at the moment, because next turn I want to open attack with the Foyer before they can get another blocker down, like if they play an Evelyn or something. Another Soul Harvest. Okay. Well, now we can commit to killing this Domination without being too worried. This is also a ton of damage. I was playing this deck last night, but a different version of it that ran 2 copies of Eternal Dancers, and I'm not sure if Eternal Dancers is any good at the moment. I think obviously day 1, day 2 of the patch and stuff, when everybody's figuring things out, you can run it, but it dies to Soul Harvest, which is kind of sad. And there are a lot of other aggressive decks going on. That I'm not sure if it's something you really want to draw early in the game, you know? You can finish off the game in other ways. But it is a really fun card and very solid if it sticks. It is very, very good if it sticks. Hey, Lasmov, what's up? How are you doing? I'm doing pretty well, I'm excited to stream tonight. Like, I have no clue if I'm supposed to kill this guy right now. I don't really care about him at the moment. I still feel like I'd rather save Soul Harvest for an Evelyn. You're doing great? Nice. Have you been playing any fun decks for the new expansion? Like, this guy is spooky. I don't like Steam. I think I'm just going to kill him right away and then play Arvestaya. We keep up Vengeance for a Poro King the following few turns. Our start was pretty slow. It's obviously really nice to have Opulent Foyer, just that consistent value when you do have a little bit of a slow draw. We can get Vestaya on board and keep up Vengeance plus the enough skill, which is pretty nice. I like Poro King, but it's still weak. Yeah, I think, like, Max and I were actually talking about this earlier. He's usually in chat, I don't know if you guys know him. But we were talking about Poros, like, off stream, and how I think it's a fascinating archetype, because not every deck can be top tier, but it makes it interesting. Oh wait, I'm such an idiot. I totally forgot that guy had Challenger. Well, now I just lose my dude unless I transform him, right? I guess this is a fine trade. That was silly. I forgot they had Challenger. So we just I mean, it was our 3 drop that we spent. Obviously I'd prefer to keep him on stack, but they're down to 1 card, so I suppose it's not the worst thing in the world. Everyone's playing Evelyn decks? Yeah. I guess I just play this as a flat 6/5 here. Because wait. We have exactly enough mana to flip them. Okay, that's fine. Okay. That worked out well. I guess it just leaves them a little bit more in the dust. Or in the not in the dust, but in the well, I don't even know what the expression I'm trying to think of. Leaves them in the shadow. Leaves them guessing is what I'm trying to say. They're down to 1 card. What are the odds that they can kill a Pyrophant with 5 health? Now I'm thinking I just go like this. Turn this guy into a 6 power unit rather than this guy into a 10 power unit. Because I want to be able to get in with him and have him like be useful. Since these guys have regen, if I just attack with him as a 2-power unit, he's not really doing much for me. This way, no matter how they block, they're going to lose a unit. And now I think we're getting to a good spot where they're still down to 1 card in hand. With no Poro King available right away, our Opulent Foyer and our Big Game Tycoon might just outvalue them at this point. We also have Vengeance. Like, we're pretty safe at the moment. Like, the second they play Poro King, we can just shoot him on sight. Which I don't even know if we'd have to. Poro King's not all that threatening. Unless they have a board of Poros. I think we just kill them next turn, right? We just Vengeance the Poro King. Then open attack with this guy as a 11 power unit. Okay, hold on, let me think this through. We do have the Shadow Isles Tailstones as an extra buff. I think I just kill Poro King? No, I think Big Game Tycoon is good because it adds 5 power from himself plus a ton more power from the other unit. Okay, like this is pretty nasty. I think this is good here. Unless this is like create 3 random Poros in hand. That would be bad if that was our last card. I still think we'd be okay though. Because what we can do is, I don't think they have any reactions. We could just open attack with this guy as the big hallowed unit and just Vengeance whatever's blocking him. Like this. Because they could play a Hate Spike with Evelyn. So if we buff this guy up, that's a lot of damage we're missing from a Hate Spike. Since neither of these guys have Overwhelm. Or we could go another Tiring Hierophant. Just get one big elusive, or one big Overwhelm with Hallowed. One big... But like, their guys are almost big enough to stop the Hierophant that's not buffed up from Hallowed. I think I'll just commit this attack. I don't know what they could have to stop this. Alright, good game. Like that's one of the big problems with Poro decks. They're not fast enough for an aggro deck, but they don't have enough control tools for a mid-game for a mid-range deck. That's the term I'm looking for. Like, our deck has like Vengeance and things like that to deal with opponents' threats and help disrupt them. Poro King just kind of has to play Solitaire and hope they can keep a big board and just overwhelm you with stats, I feel. It's an incredibly fun archetype. Like, it's really cool to see, but I just don't know if it's top tier. Look at this hand. Very tempting. Incredibly tempting. Is there any way for us to play Nidalee and Gwen by turn 4 while getting Phantom Butler on board? I don't think so. Because we go, what? Turn 2, Phantom Baller. Turn 3, we have exactly 4 mana. Okay, so yeah, I guess there is. Because, right, let me make sure I'm doing this math. Turn 2, we have 3 mana. We play Phantom Baller, we're left with 1 spell mana. Because Nidalee you can transform with spell mana. You have to pay 2 unit mana, then transform her with the excess 2 spell mana. Plus play Gwen. Okay, that seems good. Getting Gwen and Nidalee on board by turn 4 is kind of nasty. I feel like Nidalee is really hard to deal with. She's a 4 mana, but since you can split it across 2 turns, you can open attack on turn 3 with a 5/3.
Please make yourself right at home. Allow me.
This guy's awkward. That makes it hard for us to attack with Gwen. So in that case, I think I'm going to block this guy so that Gwen can attack next turn. Plus, he's just going to run into him anyways, right? I'm really enjoying this expansion so far. I think that I'm so excited for the event too. This is like my favorite theme for the events in a while. Yoinks, that guy's pretty chunky, huh? I still think we can take this attack, right? Nidalee will die. No, because she'll have the buff. So Gwen will go down to 1 HP. I guess that's fine. Because she has quick attacks the next time she attacks. We'll just have to take some decent damage here on the return. Unless our opponent chump blocks. Like, I'm pretty happy with this, I think. And then we can level up Nidalee on the open attack. If we go Redeem Prodigy, we could excuse me. We could give things vulnerable. I'm tempted to go Boisterous Host plus 2 2-drops. Because this lets us block this turn for a little bit of damage. Give something vulnerable. Just lots of units. Hey, Flowers in the Moon, thanks for the follow, I appreciate it. I don't think Strike Up the Band does much next turn. I think I'm just gonna try to set up the open attack. Well, no, that wouldn't work. Yeah, we can go Boisterous Host. Redeem Prodigy because he'll get the Ghastly Band, or the Transform here will be the flip for Nidalee. How do they deal with Pack Mother Nidalee? I feel like that's so hard for them to deal with. What does this gain for them? I'm so happy to take this trade. And I don't think I care about the damage. This guy's 0 as well. Hold on. So we could flip Nidalee. She'd have 4 health. Yeah, okay. I think I'm just going to take this here. It obviously kind of wastes the vulnerable, but it sets up our open attack to push a ton of damage. And then I think I'm just going to block here so that the Portal King can't block at all. Or even if they do have a Poro Snacks, Gwen could still get in. Alright, well, Strike Up the Band's definitely looking more tempting now that they don't really have a board. But our open attack is just so good. This plays around Poro Snacks. Okay, let's see here. Oh, dang. Because the Nidalee's spear doesn't function like Lux Laser, right? It doesn't carry the excess damage to the Nexus. So they actually live here at 1 HP. That's kind of funny. Well, I can kill the Poro King here for free. That feels good. We're at 20 HP, so I don't care about... well, maybe I care about Glimpse Beyond. I was thinking we could play Opulent Flare defensively next turn, but I still don't think that's a problem. I guess we might as well get it down while we have the mana. Next turn, if we're scared, we can play Strike of the Band and then Glimpse. Seems fine. We could just Glimpse here right now. Do I want the cards in case they open attack? I guess it seems fine, right? Because if they develop next turn, we could play Strike Up the Band defensively. So we don't really need these. We guarantee we can get Glimpse Beyond here. Vengeance is nice in case they have another Poro King. Pyrophant's probably a good draw here to help finish off the game. Another Vengeance. I don't know. Vengeance isn't incredible here. It doesn't really do much for us. So I think I might just play Strike Up the Band. Because Strike Up the Band means they can't attack this turn. We keep up enough mana to replay Gwen. If they somehow have a way to kill her. Transforms Nidalee. Like, this is looking pretty nasty for our opponent. Okay. Nice. Okay. We have like 4 ways to kill him next turn. Surely there's no way we lose. I just feel like right now I'm totally unafraid of whatever they could throw at us here because they don't have any good reaction spells. I'm honestly really surprised that Poro decks are so popular. I thought it'd be kind of like a fun meme deck, but everybody's playing Poro decks. Alright, sounds good. This deck isn't running the equipment. Sacred Shears. I tried that last night in the deck I ran. I wasn't incredibly impressed. It was nice. But I just felt like there were a lot of times, and again, it was only over the course of a few games, there were a lot of times I just wanted to set up an open attack, or I didn't want to take the action for it. But it's certainly a nice, especially in the late game, if you keep a big board, it's very hard for your opponent to deal with. Okay, Gwen, or excuse me, Nidalee Viego. This is the deck I was going to play after this deck. I'm interested to see how this plays out. Soul Harvest is actually really interesting. If our opponent plays a bush on turn 2 and only keeps up 1 mana, we can kill it for 2 mana if it's a Nidalee. But obviously if it's like an all-terrain trooper or something, it looks a little sad. I don't know. I had one really good game where I got someone's Nidalee with Soul Harvest for 2 mana and it felt really nice. But I don't know if it's going to click very easily. Our opponent might not even play Nidalee on turn 2 if they have it in case they're worried about something like that. Maybe it's worth it. I want to look for a bit more of an aggressive curve, but this seems fine. Okay, like, yeah. I'll play Boisterous Toast here. Depending on what our opponent does, we can play our own bush on turn 2. But that runs into things like Quietus, so I might just wait until we have enough mana to transform Nidalee at burst speed. But they also Hate Spike. Hate Spike kills Nidalee. So maybe Nidalee's not looking fantastic at the moment. Another Boisterous Host. Boisterous Host is definitely less of a dead draw on turn 2 here than when Vile Feast used to be in the meta. Like right now, if I Soul Harvest and this is a Nidalee, we get them so good. If it's an all-terrain Trooper, I don't even think I care all that much. It just gives our Boisterous Host vulnerable. But this is such a big flip if this is a Nidalee. Heck yeah, let's go, dude. Let's go. Big plays. Alright. Probably just gonna play my own Boisterous Host here. They do play Carnivore and Soldier, but I don't think I care about the 2 damage. Rather than potentially getting in for 4 damage. I'll take the risk. Like back in the day, I totally wouldn't do this if they had Vile Feast, but... I'm a little surprised they took that block. I don't feel like that accomplishes much for them at this point. Yeah, definitely can't play a bush without any protection up. So second Nidalee is actually not a bad draw to get her champ spell. Interesting. Gwen just dies to Soul Harvest too. Oof, this is feeling really awkward. I don't know, the Shadow Isles matchup is actually pretty tough. Coitus kills our bushes, and Soul Harvest gets Gwen, Hate Spike gets Nidalee. We don't run enough protection spells in our deck to really play around it though. We could just go all-terrain Trooper. Try to get them to buy the bait. Worst comes to worst, we just flip this and get Ceaseless Sentry to trade with our Boisterous Host rather than like our Nidalee or something. Okay. Again, if we flip this and just play Nidalee, our own Nidalee dies so easily. I don't know how we protect Nidalee this game. I don't know if I'm playing it too slow. But this at least plays around Hate Spike now.
My goodness, what is all this?
The Midnight Rebel, and so we begin.
Okay. Ah, jeepers. I guess I could have played Avenging Vastaya there, huh? That would have protected our Soul Harvest. Okay. Well, now I'll know for protecting Nidalee next turn. We can set up Avenging Vastaya, which is such a cool card, by the way.
The night is young. Come in.
Okay. If we get this damage in, maybe I'm not as upset about how that turn played out. Or if there's a Hate Spike here, that's also completely fine with me. Yeah, I mean... I don't know, I just don't feel like Hate Spike's very good there. I feel like that's a 2-for-1 in my favor. They obviously get the draw, but they lose their unit and a Hate Spike for my 2-mana unit. I don't know. We do have a Vengeance for Viego. If they play Viego, they tap out of killing our Nidalee, so that's actually really good for us if they play Viego here. Okay. I think I'm really happy with how this went. Ooh. What if we transform Nidalee? I guess I kind of just want to slam the Vengeance here. The other play I was thinking of was flip Nidalee to start working on her level up condition faster, and then play the Avenging Vastaya as the bush. And then just open with... yeah, I guess that just plays around Rite of Negation. Or that doesn't play around Rite of Negation enough or anything. But like here, I could just open attack, doesn't seem incredible. I think I'm going to flip Nidalee and get our Avenging Messiah down. What am I scared of that being here? Altering Trooper doesn't matter. If it's their own Nidalee, it's an awful defensive card here. Ooh, could it be this? The next time I block or am blocked, capture my enemy if its power is 6 or less. But that's not a skill or anything, so it won't work to stop that with our own Avenging Vestaya. We could just attack with Nidalee as the Hallowed buff. That way, if it is a Blimp Pack Poacher, this seems fine. Ooh, interesting. That's pretty bad. Yeah, we're nowhere close to leveling Nidalee either. Alright, well, we still have 2 threats in hand. I'm just a little bit worried about their late game now. I can play Gwen right now. They can't play Soul Harvest or Vengeance. So we enter next turn with Shadow on the Brush available. Alright. Interesting game. I'm a little worried it's going too late for us to really close out the deal. Okay. This is a little bit of a mind game, huh? Keeping Avenging Vestaya on board means we can't really get our other dudes down. Alright. That guy's also a big problem. How do we deal with that? I think we run 3 Vengeances, so that'd be a nice top deck. Gwen does get up to 6 defense, or 6 attacks, so she can hit through the Hydra Vine. The Strike Up the Bands just aren't that threatening either, though. If we attack like this, what do we get out of it? We just don't have a good way to stop Nidalee. Or the Hydra Vine. We just don't have enough interaction at this point. We just didn't draw kind of like, I don't know. We have 1 copy of Tellstones and 3 Vengeance. Maybe I should have been more aggressive early on with really trying to push the pace of the game. Why are they sacrificing their Nidalee here? I'm a little surprised by that. But I think I'm okay with it. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're in trouble. This is not looking good. We still have Gwen. It's almost leveled. Oh, jeepers. We're in so much trouble. I think we're going to literally have to transform our Avenging Vestaya just to block these dudes. No, no. We're in trouble. We're so dead. Is there any way for us to even live here? I think we'd have to block with everything, and I don't think that'll do it. We can just do this. And the next turn, play both of our Strike Up the Band plus Opulent Foyer, and try to force them to chump block at least, and regroup after that and see where we're at. Because without Atrocity, we actually might have a threatening attack here to help reset the board a little bit. The Overwhelm dude is also an interesting draw. Ooh. That can't grab us the overwhelm, dude, so I don't think it's worth it. Cause it'd be 7 mana to play him out. This doesn't do it either. They have too many chump blockers. So I think our best... Going wide doesn't even matter here, other than trying to force them to block with the Hydrovines. And we can do this just enough to keep up Big Game Tycoon next turn. So if they leave one alive, they have to have like nothing in hand at this point. This is looking rough. What do I think of the Prank 1 mana unit? Do you mean the unit that like on Nexus Strike creates a prank in hand? Yeah, okay, we're dead on the open attack. Good game. Really cool deck. Obviously, like I mentioned, we might play some Viego Nidalee at the end of the stream. But I'm fascinated to see more about that matchup. I'd love to replay that and try to go more aggressive. I think I tried... I completely misunderstood the matchup of trying to be too cautious into the mid and late game. I think they 100% beat us in the mid and late game. Okay. Do you know the name of the card? Is it from the new expansion? Because I'm not sure specifically which card we're referencing here. Like this. Gwen, Opulent Foyer is fine. But the reason we beat Evelyn Porto King last game was because we were able to trade with their units early on. So I think I might pitch Gwen here. And just try to be a little bit more aggressive. I think I have to play this card here. I don't think there's any reason not to. But that pass is interesting. I think it's just way better for us to develop. Oh, Otterpuss. Oh my goodness. Yeah, of course I know Otterpuss. I'm sorry. I was thinking, ooh, we can get tricky here. All-terrain Trooper. Flip him. That doesn't seem incredible. If we could on stack... pull it with the Ghastly Band created by Redeemed Prodigy, maybe it'd be worth it. But I might just keep going with Opulent Foyer here. Yeah, I like Otterpuss. I think it's a very interesting card for Bandle City control decks. I think it's really, really good. But I don't mind it. Like, it's essentially a 1-mana 1/1, so incredibly understated. But for the sake of being able to have some hand disruption in Bandle City, I think it's interesting. I don't think they have anything here to interact with this. And it doesn't matter at the moment. We don't have any Howled stacks anyway. Yeah, no, I like Otterpuss. Okay, I'm totally fine with this. Honestly, I think I'd rather have them use a Redeemed Prodigy, or Hate Spike on my Redeemed Prodigy here, rather than getting Spell Shield on their champions or something. Because we do have things like Vengeance and Crumble in our deck to help deal with their champions, so I'm pretty happy to see that. Now we can go Redeemed Prodigy plus Bush. Depending on what we draw next turn, I might just get a Strike Up the Band and hope their Poros are still kind of tiny. Because either these guys will push damage or they'll just stack up our attacks for the rest of the game to be really huge. I definitely think our best chance is to go wide here. So I think I want another Redeemed Prodigy for sure. And the Vulnerable is very interesting. It might give a Husk vulnerable, and we could try to get in there with the Redeemed Prodigy and keep him alive, which would be really huge. Ooh, okay. I think I just slam... Or no. I forgot she would create her own Husk. Okay, I really wanted to give Domination vulnerable, but that's fine. She has Fearsome, so it doesn't matter what we play here to block her. Jeepers, that's one big Poro. Okay, well now we can give Domination vulnerable and kill her with Redeemed Prodigy next turn. That seems fine. I'm just gonna play him flat. There's no need to use the transform since Nidalee's not on board. I'm not convinced we're winning this game though, unless we find a Nidalee soon. I think I have to take this. Because this guy is regen, so we can't kill it anyways. The chump block doesn't matter. Alright, Soul Harvest is decent. That can kill Domination if we're desperate. I think I'll just play Strike Up the Band and keep up a Hate Spike or a Glimpse Beyond, or even a potential Soul Harvest. Because without any Husks on board at the moment, Evelyn would come down unleveled, which would be pretty big. Oh my gosh. Okay. I guess we just let that go.
Don't waste my time.
Now we could kill Domination with Soul Harvest. And that helps us push more damage on board. But I feel like we can just do this to trade with the Domination anyway. I think this is fine. I understand trying to save 1 health here, but I feel like killing a redeemed prodigy is way more important. And now we're getting to the point where our overall units might just kill them. Oh my gosh. 6/6 1-mana Poro. Pretty good. Well, at least we'll have a good excuse to play Glimpse. Interesting. We can't really do anything of use here. I kind of hope they attack because I'd like to play Glimpse Beyond. Okay. Do I chump block? I don't think this guy's ever becoming valuable in combat anymore. And lasting an entire extra turn probably by saving 6 health might be worth it. But I need to find my champs. Okay, Crumble's actually not bad. We could use that to kill Poro King. But our attack still doesn't look all that impressive, so I'm not even sure if it's worth it. Like at this point, would I rather just go... I mean, Big Game Tycoon just gets killed by the Poro next turn. Maybe I just open attack. Try to play defensive until we can find our champions. Keep this as a defensive tool. Yeah, this is looking tough. With 2 Siren Songs already and Poro King on board, I don't know if we're getting out of this very easily. Crumble just doesn't seem like it does anything at this point. I think we're kind of done for. Because I don't think the Poros next matter. Like at this point, their stats are already too far beyond our reach. So I just have to hope for the Overwhelm dude. Okay. At that point, I'd say we could go for Overwhelm and hoping we find Vengeance to stack on top to kill off. Well, this Soul Harvest is like a dead card. I felt like their opening was very slow too. They didn't play any units until turn 4. I guess that's the power of Poros though, huh? Kind of like that, hit that curve that they really want, yeah. Our draw didn't end up being perfect. We didn't draw either of our champions, but
I'm always ready to play.
at a certain point, I don't know if
You are.
that would have changed much.
Mind if I slip into something
A little more.
painful?
We can still win if we hit. No, because Pyrophant would be 6 mana. I mean, we'd have Pyrophant plus Vengeance, but we don't have enough draw to get both of them.
Harder. Okay.
Interesting. We kill Evelyn with Hate Spike. I'm surprised they didn't attack with their overall Poro. Elusive? Okay. So now we win with... Now we just win with this dude, right? Oh my gosh. I don't even want to play this dude though, because he only has 1 health. So Hate Spike could get him. And then... Hate Spike? Because he'd have 2 health with the Elusive Husk. So he'd go up to 4. Oh my gosh. Okay. Maybe we got there? Hold on a second. RNG from the Husks, you gotta love it. Oh my gosh, I am... Oh, thank goodness. Okay. I think we just take our open attack. No. I have to pre-commit, because what if they have the... I don't think they haven't... Because he's not leveled. So there's no way for them to get the frosted snacks. Okay. Woo! Let's go, baby! Wow. Wild game. Okay. Sometimes you gotta take them when you can. But I don't know if that was particularly skillful on my end. Just hit the Elusive Husk. Alright. Let's try game or 2 of that Viego deck now. Viego Nidalee. I'm excited to see how this one goes. So it's a lot more controlling. We have a lot more cards like Chemovorn Soldier and Merciless Hunter in the mid game. Even 3 copies of Paka Cub. I'm not sure if this is an exceptional card, but I'm curious to see how it plays out. Especially in a Poros meta, a 3-mana 2/2 Fearsome is pretty useless, I feel. But obviously, it probably won't be a Poros meta for long, if we're being honest. Especially as we get into the higher ranks. We are running 1 Castigate, Kill All Followers is pretty good against most decks at the moment. And at the top end, 3 Invasive Hydrovines. I think it seems pretty good. I'm curious to see how easy it is to close out the game. I imagine, like, there just aren't a ton of answers for Hydrovine at the moment. Or Viego. So it might be pretty good. The overall archetype is kind of middling at the moment. The best win rate deck, the one we're playing, only has a 52% win rate. So not exceptional, but it seemed fun, so I figured we'd give it a try. Yeah, I'll definitely keep Quietus. We can go Paka Cub plus the flip on turn 2. That seems pretty good, actually. Alright. And Nidalee. Nidalee's also fantastic. I don't think I need to kill that right now, because they'd have to have 2 Poro snacks to flip it. Okay. I'm okay with that because I actually wanted to. I want to kill the challenger rather than flip the Pocket Cub there because I want to get Nidalee flipped soon, and I don't want them to have any challengers on board that can get buffed up. So I think I'm okay with this. This turn we can flip for a mana and play Nidalee for 2. I think that seems fine. Okay. The open attack seems kind of decent here. Since they still don't have any way to get this fierce unless they have double Poro snacks. Okay. I like that. Double challenger. That's pretty brutal. Poof. Do we have to use a vengeance on the fabled Poro here? I guess we'll see. Poro King. Oh man, this is a tough one. If we rip off a vengeance, there's a good chance Nidalee just dies. But they can't summon another Poro.
A patient huntress always catches her prey.
So I think I'm just going to kill the Poro King. And if Nidalee dies, so be it. Rats. Okay. I think that's still fine. We have a Viego on board that's going to be hard for them to deal with still. Okay. Yeah. Maybe it was worth it to try to protect Nidalee. I didn't want to pass there because I feel like they might be pretty happy to take that pass. I'll play the first wave here. Get a hate spike target set up. Or just a glimpse beyond if we're desperate later. I don't think they can kill Viego here unless they have Sunburst. I don't know if they'd run Sunburst. I'll take this attack. If they want to block here, we get him into hate spike range. Alright. I think we can vengeance the Poro King before they can level him up. Ooh, that's actually bad though, because then they get... Man. We could use Viego's Despair to kill Poro King and keep up Hate Spike in order to kill the Fabled Poro. So that even through 2 Poro snacks, he can't kill Viego. Oh my gosh. Okay. Fabled Poro is a pretty cool card, let's be honest. I think I'm just going to take 6 to the face. Then we take 3. So then we're down to 7. Or what if I just hate spike now? I think that's the way to do this, right? Yeah. Okay, that's way better. Okay. Can Poros outscale Viego? I guess we'll see, huh? Quicksand, that would have been nice. I was considering putting Glimpse Beyond on the stack, but I was like, maybe it's unnecessary. Okay. I'll just end the round. I want mana, just in case we draw some good stuff. Like, that's interesting. Interesting. I think I'm okay with them using the champion spell for proking there rather than being able to replay a proking here.
I will find her.
Oh, yeah, I don't know why I thought this was gonna work. Oh gosh, that's stupid. I obviously knew they would Porous next in hand. But I was like, sweet, I'll take my free quick attack kill. Oopsies, that was silly. Ignore that. There we go. Okay, that's one big dude to help finish off the game here. I need the card draw now. This essentially replaces itself as the chump blocker. Nice. Okay, pretty good cards here. We can actually kill their elusives if we use Quicksand here. That's actually kind of sad. I guess I should probably just get down a Spirit Leech. Whoa! I'm so happy to see that. Because this is just an elusive. We use Quicksand. It won't die, but we just chump block it. And then we open attack for the win next turn.
Gonna find a gift for Renekton, right, Arda?
I like the idea, but it's a little bit too all in there. I think they gave away the game there. All right, GG. Well, thanks so much for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed the games. I think there's 100% a really, really competitive Nidalee deck out there. Right now, the meta has, I believe, Nidalee Gnar as the most played, but it's only a 46% win rate. I'm sure there's a good Nidalee deck out there somewhere that's going to be like a top tier deck. Some other interesting ones, Echo Nidalee is a 52% win rate. But decks like Viego Nidalee, 32% win rate, not quite hitting it. I don't know, Gwen Nidalee seems very interesting. I love the idea of it. And Viego Nidalee was a lot of fun. I don't know if it's really an exceptional control deck, but it's super fun. And has some interesting cards. I don't know. I'm fascinated by this expansion. There's so much exploration to do. I think archetypes like Gnar Nico, Nora Nico, there's so much crazy stuff going on. I'll be back tomorrow, and my next off day for work is Tuesday, Wednesday. So those will probably be my next really long streams. But hopefully over the next few days, even when I'm not streaming, I'll try to squeak in a lot of games to try to get back up to Masters. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think of the decks, what decks you guys have been playing, and I'll see you around.